review this all. Here you can go through it again from this recording. Okay, so lecture number 3 is basically kinematical graphs, and we will practice those graphs inshallah. I have gone through all these, if you remember, right? It would be just a review recap for you, that we can have displacement time graph, distance time graph, speed time graph, velocity time graph, and acceleration time graph. And all these graphs can have two types of calculations. One calculation is the gradient of the graph, and the second calculation is the area of the graph. So here, for calculations of gradient, you know what we do, we have this variable y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, a rise over run. And then for area of the graph has different techniques to find it out. And what I was talking about, the gradient is basically the steepness of the graph. Then here I added these slides, which were not basically in your lesson, right? Here I have selected few of the examples from gradient. For example, in this graph, this green portion is the rise, this one, and then this red one is the run. Okay, so its rise is up to 8 and run is up to 4. Here it was 4, sorry, it was in. So when we are going to find the gradient is rise over run. So 8 divided by 4, it would be 2. So usually we used to find the gradient in this way. Similarly, if you come to this point, here all these graphs have rise and run. So q has small rise, so its gradient is less. R's rise is greater, its gradient is more. Then S has more steeper gradient, and T has the highest gradient. So as I told you, steeper the graph, more will be the gradient, or higher would be the gradient. So here there is a question which I have framed, that if I find the gradient of this graph, it is basically 1 2 3 4. Although the values are given to you, that the value of y2 is this, and value of x2 is this same value. This is the value of x2, and this is the value of y2. So what the points I have written over here, they are x2 and y2. And if I select this is your y1 and this is your x1. So I have point x1 y1 over here. So when we are going to find this gradient, as I told you, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and this would give you 5 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 2, and so on. So you will get 4 by 3, so it would be 1.33, and so on. So this was the gradient concept, but I have explained. I try my best to manage it all. Here was some graph, so I could not basically draw its or change its color. So that was again the gradient of the graph. Okay, yes, this was that point what I have selected. This was the second slide what I have explained right over there in the same point. This is again rise over run, again rise over run. And then I told you, yes, this was important thing, so I have to focus over here, that gradient of distance time will give you speed, and gradient of displacement time give you velocity, and gradient of speed time and gradient of velocity time, that gives you acceleration. And then I told you that what type of gradients do we have in this graph. We have zero gradient. Here for blue one we have positive gradient. For this purple one we have, or this pink one, we have negative gradient. For graph number 3 we have increasing gradient, and graph number 4 we have decreasing gradient. And you people are basically known to all of these, alhamdulillah. Then area, I told you that area can be basically only taken for the area of speed time graph and velocity time graph. Speed time area gives us distance, right? Area of speed time graph gives us distance, and area of velocity time graph gives us displacement, right? As it is revision, that's why I'm going to move faster, or I'm passing on quickly. That's why I don't get confused that sir is having f16 speed. Okay, so here, if you will have this type of graph, a constant graph, I mean speed is constant, then your area would be just length times width, right? And then if you have this type of graph, then the area will be 1 by 2 base times height. If you have this type of behavior of the graph, then the area will be area of trapezium, which is a plus b times s divided by 2. So this was all about the area and all that stuff. In this, I told you that this smaller side is A, this bigger side is B, and this H is basically the distance between these two sides. Now here I have some examples for you. This is what you have to focus with me. Okay, question number 1 from the area calculations. A car travels along a horizontal road in a straight line. The driver presses the accelerator and increases the speed of the car. The speed time graph of the car is shown. What is the acceleration of the car? So as I told you that this is speed time graph. So how to reach the acceleration of this one? Yes.
Sir, formula of trapezium.
Oh, ooh. Review your concept. This
Or
is
just divided the triangle and the rectangle.
okay. Okay,
Oh,
both of you have to review your concept.
oh wait,
This wait,
oh,
this
it's
is
acceleration. Okay, okay, okay.
yes. You're not supposed to calculate distance traveled by the car. You are supposed to calculate acceleration of the car. So
Okay,
you
just
know acceleration of the car from the velocity time graph is by.
let's just say from 0 to 10, then
Yes, first you have to find out gradient of graph. Okay, Hassan,
जी सर.
ठीक है, ग्राफ का ग्रेडियंट फाइंड करना है. So what will be the gradient? As I told you that it would be rise over run. So this is its rise and this is its run. So what is rise over here? Rise graph is rising from 20 to 30. So it is 10 and graph is moving ahead, or the time is moving ahead from 20 to 0. It means this is 20. So what will be the gradient? 10 divided by 20, which is
10.
0.5. Got it? So what is the acceleration? 0.5 meter per second square. This is right option. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Focus करना है इस पे. It is very tricky question. I mean, these type of questions are really tricky. Those questions in which we have to decide whether I have to take area or gradient. For example, if I ask you a question from this one, that how much gr- distance is covered by this car, so what will you do? It is just an additional question, although this is not the part of the MCQ. But if I ask you distance covered by the car, so what will you do? The distance is 1
Um,
upon 2 base a plus b times h, is it? Because it is trapezium, 1 upon a plus b by h. So it is 1 upon 2. What is a is this side from 0 to 20. So it is 20 plus b is 0 to 30 this side. So it is 30. And what is the distance between these two? It is 20. So what will be your answer?
so, so between 50 times
Yes,
1,500. Yeah.
500, right? So both of you should be equipped with calculator. And if you want to find something, or if I want to have some calculations, then it should be helpful for me. Okay, is it clear to both of you?
Yes, sir.
Should I
Okay,
move to
so
the next question? Yes. A stone falls freely from the top of the cliff. The air resistance may be ignored. Which graph shows how the acceleration of the stone varies with the time as it falls? This question is related to what is the topic of the question? Free fall. Okay.
yeah.
And in free fall, air resistance is ignored. It means
Okay. Acceleration is all constant. Huh? What's happened? Sir?
Is it clear to all?
Sir? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I think my connection went away. I say it, yeah, constant.
सर आपकी एक वो कनेक्शन चला गया था बीच में आप आवाज नहीं आ रही थी.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now is the screen shared?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, now is it clear? So I was saying that this graph or this question is from which topic? Free fall. Okay. And in free fall, we have we came to know that air resistance is zero. I mean, air resistance is ignored. When there is no air resistance, what acceleration do we consider? 9.8 or 10 meter per second square constant acceleration, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so which graph would be the correct one then?
सर वैसे ये उस दिन किया था मगर डी.
Hmm. Yes, yeah, yeah. Is it correct?
Yeah, D is correct.
D is correct because this one is that graph which shows that if there would be no air resistance, then how to handle that. Now, what about this question? Two runners take part in a race. The graph shows how the speed of the each runner changes with time. Runner 1 is having this graph and runner 2 has this graph. Okay, so actually in this question, what is asked to you? You people are asked about the behavior of motion, description of motion from the graph. So it is speed time graph. Got it? Which graph does we have? Do we have
The
speed
time.
time? So
Speed
in
time.
speed time graph, runner A, what type of motion is described on graph A? Yeah,
Hmm.
runner one,
Constant.
Yeah. Constant.
constant.
Increasing speed.
Increasing speed.
Or runner one.
Okay, for runner one, because gradient, sorry, because speed is increasing with constant gradient, so we can say that runners are moving with uniform acceleration. Runner one moves with uniform
Yes.
acceleration. Is it?
Yes.
Increasing speed and so on. And what about runner 2?
Increasing with a
Dec-
decreasing gradient.
Yes,
decreasing acceleration.
decreasing acceleration because its gradient decreases, it means its acceleration decreases. Okay, acceleration decreases. So at time t, both of the runner are basically
Same.
uh, yes.
They are at same speed.
Answer is
A.
A. Both runners are moving at the same speed. Okay, how did you know that?
Because their speeds are intersecting.
Yes,
Those lines are
this
intersecting.
all question is at time t, right? What is the question here? It is basically, sorry, I think it was t was over here. This all question is based on this point. I was asking, just I was reaching to this point. This question is based on point t. Okay,
Yes, sir.
at time t, both the runners have same speed. Okay,
G.
Okay.
got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because runner A has it does not have zero acceleration. You cannot say that runner one overtaking two because distance is not clear from this, and runner two is slowing down. No, it is not slowing down, but its acceleration is decreasing. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. Yes, I think we did this or not.
नो सर मैंने ख्याल से नहीं किया.
No, nahi kiya. Okay. Oh. Shukr alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Okay, now the graph represents the motion of a car. What is the distance traveled by the car while moving with constant speed? Okay, let me now, which segment or which interval is there when the car is moving with constant speed?
0 to 10.
Which one?
0 to 10.
0 to 10. Okay.
15 to
Yeah,
25.
yeah. 15 to?
Constant speed, yeah, 15 to 25.
Yes. So, Hassan?
वो कौन सा इंक्रीजिंग है?
Yes. It is constant acceleration. Sorry. It is constant acceleration. It is not constant speed. देखो constant speed का मतलब ये होता है कि speed does not change. So from 0 to 10 seconds, speed is increasing from 0 to 20 seconds. But from 15 to 25 seconds, speed is not changing by 10 meters per second. Speed is at which level?
10 meter per second.
Yes. Is it clear to you? So,
Yes.
how to find the distance covered?
10 into 10.
Okay, we have to take area of the graph, right? What we have to take? What we have to do? Area of graph. So when we are going to take area of the graph, that is actually 1 by 2. Sorry, not 1 by 2. It is length times width because it is a rectangular portion of this one. So it is 5, sorry, 10 times 10. Yes, you are right. 10 times 10, which is equals to 100 meter. Yes. So yeah, yeah. What will be the option? Option A.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you another question. Yes, this one. Let me know about this question. What is being described in this? तुम जाके वो लंबे वाली नीड लेके आओ और पायर इधर वाला जो प्लग है ना वहां से मुझे यहाँ तक ला के दे दो यूपीएस नहीं हाँ लंबी वो जो सिंगल हाँ हाँ ठीक है जो सिंगल वाली है जिससे आगे सिर्फ सिंगल लाइट दे रही है मेरा लैपटॉप बंद हो जाए जाओ शाम यस
It's C.
C.
Yes.
Constant speed and then constant acceleration. Yes, both of you are agreed on that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because initially speed is constant and then it has constant acceleration. So C is correct one. Well done. Should I move to next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now read this question and answer the question.
D.
Okay.
X and Y.
X and Y. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Good. Because here the speed is reaching to the zero. That's why the car has zero speed, so stationary over here. Between these 2 points, V and W, the car has constant speed. But this is non-zero, right? Which is not equal to zero. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear to all of both of you?
G.
Okay.
Yes.
The next one is this one. बताइए जी. Which distance time graph represents the motion of the object moving at constant speed? Remember this thing. The game is you have to figure out or you have to find out the constant speed.
D.
D. Yeah, Hassan.
सर जो दूसरा था स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ उसमें तो
हाँ.
हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन
Yes.
ये ग्राफ
अगर
डिस्टेंस
अगर आपके पास स्पीड टाइम होता ना here in these type of questions very important thing is labeling of y axis. तो y axis में आपका distance है. If हाँ लेके आ जाओ. If the distance has a constant gradient, ये देखो distance time graph का अगर gradient क्या होगा? If you have a constant gradient from distance time graph, okay, distance time graph, so this shows you that its speed is constant. Got it?
यस सर
But if you have this graph, I told you that its gradient is zero. What about the gradient of this graph? It is zero. So if this is distance time, it is showing that object is at rest. Is it clear?
जी
ये भूलोगे
Yeah.
तो नहीं अब?
नहीं
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Is it fine to you as well?
Yes, sir.
So it is D. Should I move to next? Because now MCQs are over. We have to switch to the theory questions.
yes
Okay. आइए जी इस पे. In this question, uh, the motion of a lorry traveling along a straight horizontal road is shown to you. Figure 1.1 shows the distance time graph for the lorry. Remember this thing. Which graph is this? Distance and time graph. Okay.
yes
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if I ask you, whatever the question do we have, but if I ask you, can you please describe the motion of this graph from 0 to uh, 140 seconds, or let's say 0 to 60 seconds, and then from 60 to 120 seconds, and then from 120 to 140 seconds?
From 0 to 60, it has constant speed.
Okay,
Then
from 0 to
60, it has constant speed. Then it has deceleration after
okay,
that. And after 120, there is no speed. It's cut. It stops.
okay. Hassan,
जी
what do you say?
सर सही है
सही है?
जी
Very good. Because gradient is constant. Okay. So
yes
speed is constant. Gradient decreases, so speed decreases, so it is deceleration. Here gradient 0, so speed 0, it is rest. Well done. Now let's talk about the question. Here the question is, figure 1.1, use figure 1.1 to determine the speed of the lorry at time 30 seconds. At what time? 30 seconds. So it means I have to show this graph to you for 30 seconds. I'm going to erase this all, right? Is it clear? Where is 30th second? Your 30th second is basically over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right over here. This is the 30th second. Is it?
yes
Yes.
Okay, for 30th second, you can say that if you consider that what speed do we have, this is the point where I have to work for. At this point, time is 30 seconds. This is the time, and distance traveled is 900 meter. But as I told you, that this from distance time graph, if I want to calculate speed, I have to figure out the gradient. What I have to find out?
gradient
Yes. So you can say that gradient is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? So which is equals to speed. You can say speed is equals to gradient and gradient is equal to this. So you are, whenever these type of question is asked to you, don't select exactly the same point where you are asked to calculate the things. Okay, this is very important over here. Here what you have to do, you have to select any other point other than, other than this one, what is being uh, asked to us. Let's say you have to see till which point the graph is a straight line. Check this one out. My graph is straight line till this point, till this point. So I can select a point over here. Okay, it means this is y2, x2 y2, and this one is x1 y1, which is 0, of course. So I have very easy approach, because this graph has the total rise of 2000 meter. And what is the total run? Total run is,
this is अच्छा ये पॉइंट तक या टोटल
ना, beyond the point से आगे जाना है, because at 30th second you can take the gradient till this point, no issue, but usually in practice हम लोग क्या करते हैं, we take a distance or we take a graph bigger than the point. Let's say if I want to find out the gradient of this uh, pink or purple line area, ये जो आपके पास है, what I have selected over here, its gradient is this blue calculation, its gradient is 9000 divided by 30, sorry, 900 divided by 30, right? So 900 divided by 30 would be same as 30, is it?
Yeah,
Am I
yes,
right?
sir.
And if I find the gradient of this one, its rise is 2000 and run is 60, 61, sorry, 62, 64, 66, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so please calculate this one, please.
3.03.
30.03.
नहीं सर, टू अच्छा 2000 है.
2000 है.
It is 30.3.
Yes, it is 30.3. So both are going to give you almost same answer, 30. So gradient लेना है actually. So whatever the values do you select, it's your choice. So if you select 900 minus 0 divided by what was the time for 900? It was 30 second, right?
Yes.
30 minus 0, your answer would be correct, 30 seconds. If you have selected any other point from the gradient, you will be awarded the marks. Actually, what I'm going to tell you, it is that practice which would be helpful for your exam oriented preparation is in progress. That's why if you are going to do in this way, 2000 minus 0 divided by 66 minus 0, so you will get 30.3. So your answer would be 30 meter per second. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is the question. The average speed of the lorry between time 60 second and 120 second. So first of all, you should know what is the uh, concept of average speed. How do we calculate average speed? Yes. How to calculate average speed?
Average speed,
Sir, total
just takes
distance
the
covered by.
total. Yeah,
Okay,
total
okay.
distance by
Good,
total
good. Carry
time.
on. Yeah, total distance divided by total time.
Total time.
Okay. Average speed is equals to total distance divided by total time. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, now this total distance divided by total time taken means he's talking about from 60 second to 120 second. So if we see the graph, where is the 60 second? 60 second is over here, and where is 120 second? 120 second is over here. It means we can easily get time. Time is how much? 60 second, isn't it? And what about the distance covered at 60 second? The distance covered by the lorry is 1800, is it?
Yes.
And then at 120th second, how much distance does it have? Yes,
Yeah.
it is
20.
2000, 21, 22, 23,
2700.
24, 25, 26, 27, 2700, is it? So you can say
Yes.
27 minus 1800, total distance is 2700 minus 1800 meters divided by 120 seconds minus 60 seconds. Yes, can you calculate it, please? Is it the same?
15.
Oh, sorry, 15, sure. Yes, please calculate for the counter check. Got it?
Yes.
So these type of questions are basically asked like from the graph. Okay, should I move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you describe the motion of the body from this graph?
It is constant speed and then increasing acceleration.
Okay, distance time graph is there. So you are saying that it is constant speed. Okay, okay, let me figure out the point from this point till 30 second, and then from 30 and in between 30 and 40 second, and so on. So here you are saying constant speed. Well, then it is accelerating.
Uh, Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Are you agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so well done. Come to the question. Figure 1.1, mark a point where the acceleration of the car is zero. So, what do you suggest?
Sir, starting.
Sorry, I did not shift the slide. Yeah, this is the graph in front of you. Where to place zero acceleration? Okay, come on. Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. What was the question?
Question was at which point are mark a point P where the acceleration of the car is zero.
Acceleration is.
Okay, is the question
Yeah.
clear?
Yes. When there's a constant speed, then acceleration is zero.
Yes, you can place the point anywhere in
0 to
between.
30, I guess. Somewhere
Yes,
between
this
0
point.
and
Got
30.
it?
Yes, sir.
Ah, clear? Hai?
Yes.
Ji.
Beyond this, you can place that point anywhere between this. In all of those areas, acceleration is zero. Is it? Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right. So here you have zero acceleration. Okay, let's talk about um, the other part of this. Let me select that color. Okay, the speed of the car at time is equal to 15 seconds. Yes, what to do? Speed of the car at time is equals to 15 second. So where is 15 second? Isn't it the same question with same behavior?
Yeah.
Yes. Where is 15 second? 15 second is in between over here. Here is
Yes.
15 second. Is it?
So, yes. Zero
Okay. So
acceleration.
you can take gradient of that. So for gradient, this is the best point I select. I guess. So this is the rise. Okay, and this is the run. So rise is 100 and run is 20. So for gradient, you know what to do. The gradient of the graph is 100 divided by 20, so which is equals to 5. So this is your speed. So what is the speed? Speed is 5 meter per second at this position. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you are supposed to do this question by yourself. Should I show you the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to calculate average speed between which two times, 30 and 45 seconds. Okay,
Yes, sir.
30 and 45 seconds. Okay, should I raise rest of the stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait, I would mark a point for you that where is 30 it what was it? It was in between 30 and
45.
45. So 45 would be over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be anywhere here. It is basically the top edge. So in between these two, you have to find the average speed. So what is average speed then?
Okay. The total average speed is sorry, 45. 300 divided by 30, 45.
Yes.
Total average speed is 300 divided by 45, which is 6.6, 6.7 approximately.
Okay. In between, actually, it is the distance is 150 meter, and here it is 300 meter. So how much distance is covered between 30 and 45 seconds? This is the graph which is under consideration. This area.
Okay,
Okay.
okay then.
Sir, what
Then
is answer 10 सही है?
150 divided by
Uh,
15,
150 divided by 15. Yes.
10.
Yeah. Average speed is 300 minus 150 divided by 45 minus 30. So it is 10 meter per second. Is it? So actually, why I have selected these two questions for you? Let's have a review. In this question, at 30th second, the speed was 15 meter per second, right? Sorry, 30 meter per second. 30 meter per second. But due to its decelerating behavior, the average speed is decreased, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because your speed was 30 and then average speed was 15. But in this question, as the object is accelerating, so its normal speed is 5 meter per second during that constant behavior, and average is increased. So when a body is having constant speed and then accelerates, its average speed increases. Got it? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
And when
Yes,
the
sir.
object is having a constant speed, constant speed, and then it decelerates, then its average speed decreases actually. Got it?
जी sir.
Okay. ये भूलना नहीं है. Now the question, its last part says, at time t is equal to 45 seconds, the car starts to decelerate. Remember this thing. This graph was not completed. Is it? Check this one out. This from
Okay.
45 seconds to 60 seconds, the examiner have put some empty space for you. Yeah, देखो. This was 45th second and this is 60 second. So this area is not yet completed. So that's why whenever there is a graph like this and that graph is not yet completed, so be careful about that you will be asked for some asked to draw the graph. तो वो कह रहा है कि at time is equal to 45 second, the car starts to decelerate, right? Car starts to decelerate at time 55 second, and at the distance of 400 meter from the starting point, the car stops and it remains at rest for 5 seconds. Is this information very clear to both of you?
Yes, sir.
Right? What are the conditions actually? The conditions are at 45 it starts decelerating, at 55 it's it is stopped, but at that time the distance covered from its starting point should be equal to how much? 400 meters.
Meter.
And then it should remain at rest for 5 seconds. Draw the graph. Yes. So, first of all, I have to select the 55 second from here. So where is the 55 second? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is my 55th second. Okay. And at 400 second, this is my 400 seconds line. It means when I will draw a line from here, let me change the color because it would be a lot of red colors would be there. That's why this is the point of 55 seconds. Draw it till this point. Okay, till this point your car would be stopped. Your car would be stopped. It means, what does it mean by deceleration? You would have this type of graph till this point. Are you getting?
यस। अच्छा,
Right, so
ये
you have
रेड डॉट को नहीं टच करेगा सर कि
no,
उसमें
no, no.
कनेक्शन
Red
नहीं है?
dot is 45th 400 second. So his the distance of the car should be 400 meter at 55 second. बात समझ आ रही है? When
जी
time is 55 second, car should travel how much distance?
400।
Yes. तो 55th second पे car must reach at 400 meter distance from starting, and then the car should remain at rest. So if you will draw this graph, you will score 3 marks. Is this clear?
यस सर।
Constant gradient, I am going to zoom it in. A constant gradient, this graph shows that the object is at rest, and this shows that at 55th second, distance is equal to 400 meters. Am I right?
यस सर।
Right, and this segment shows that car is decelerating. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
जी सर।
Okay, now let's talk about another question. I hope that this question was very good question. Right, now come to this one. There is no atmosphere at moon. Oh, I see. I have another class ahead from school. So if I give you this question as an assignment, what do you say? As I have given you some of the questions like this. These questions are basically from your assignment. I have selected few of them, few questions from the assignment. So do you think that you will be able to do do these questions?
Yes, sir.
इंशाल्लाह
Okay,
सर।
inshallah. Okay, see you then, inshallah.
इंशाल्लाह सर। अल्लाह हाफिज।
O- Okay, see. Allah
Allah Hafiz,
Hafiz.
sir.
But please complete the task, huh?
Okay.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.